I said I was gonna record videos regardless if it's quiet or loud in my house. And so, yes, my girls are in full singing mode right now. They literally have their Broadway voice on. So it is what it is, but we're gonna do this. Today's video is gonna be about my 2025 crafty goals. I call them crafty goals, but they're projects I want to accomplish for this year, hopefully. I am gonna talk a little bit about my last year's goals, and I'll put a video for context. My first goal is to catch up. Yes, I'm using those words. I know the scrapbooking world does not like the words catch up. We don't believe in catching up. You scrap whatever memories you want to scrap. That's the way it is, right? And we're all okay with that. But I'm going to use the words catch up because I feel like that I'm falling behind on my photo printing, which is scary because I haven't been here ever. And so I want to catch up before it becomes a burden to print my photos. And I'm not there yet, but I can be if I don't catch up. So that means, as far as scrapping goes, that I'm going back to yearly albums. I'm doing a new format for my yearly albums. I usually do the traditional 12 by 12. And this is what I mean by yearly albums. I'm trying to pick one out that's not so heavy. So something, San Antonio, okay, you go. Something like this. This is such a pretty album, right? This is Hobby Lobby right here. I don't know if they have this anymore. This is such like a rifle paper coat type of print. But anyway, okay, so this is what I mean by yearly albums. And so our family stories are in here, and I do one of these per year. So I'm gonna go back to yearly albums, and each month I'll print any photos missing. For instance, January, I'm gonna go all the way back up until what I know I have completed. So I know I've completed 2019. I'll go back all the Januaries from 2020 to 2025, see what photos are missing, print those. I'll put those in pocket page protectors, and I'll scrap what Januaries I can in the month of January. Does that make sense? Yes? If it does, let me know in the comments below because I need to know if these videos are actually helping. You know, I'm explaining things right. I need to know. That is how I'm gonna catch up on printing my photos. That's the way honestly, that's actually the way I scrap. That's how I have maintained printing photos up until the present. It works for me. Printing by the month, scrapping by the month, using the seasonal supplies in the month that we're in. So, you know, April, May, I'll use spring. June, July, August, I'll use summer supplies. Using seasonal supplies also inspires me to create. Inspiring me to create means I am documenting. My photos are being printed, memories are being scrapped. And so that whole process just keeps me scrapbooking. So it works for me. Anyways, number 2 goal is to make a baby album. I'm really hoping this is going to happen. My cousin Michelle, if you're watching this, it wasn't going to be a surprise, but if you're watching this, you know this is for you. I would love each year, and I say year, I mean a month right now is a little stretch for me, so I'm going to go with a year. Every year I want to create some sort of paper crafting gift for someone. And this year I want to make a mini baby album for my cousin who is expecting. I already wrote down like what the steps I need to do to accomplish this goal, and I really hope that I can do this. I'm hoping to create and finish and gift her this album by the time the baby is born, at least before he's 1 month old, so she could already start adding photos. So anyway, so I have steps to see if I can complete this goal of mine. I really want to do that every year. I want to give someone some sort of scrap memory keeping gift. Number 3, my goal is to finish my 35 me mini album. And I had this on my goals last year for 2024. I did not touch this album. I just wasn't feeling it. I never felt to create in this album, and when I don't feel it, the project doesn't get touched. But I want to finish it because I'll be 37 this year. It was my 30-year album, like when I turned 30. I created it, but I didn't fill it in or put any photos. 35, I think I answered all the questions. Yes, I'm gonna be 37, and so I want to put in photos before, you know, I'm in my late 30s because this became now my mid 30s album. It became my 35 album. So I'm actually having to go back to the year when I was 35 and print photos of me then. I need to work on this. I want to finish this project. My fourth goal is to finish Storyline Chapters Germany album. I started it. I did more on my Insta stories about my process and how it was going. And I'm halfway. That was also on my 2024 goals to start that. And so I did. And this year is to finish it. Number 5 is to complete baby layouts in yearly albums. So I don't have separate baby albums. It's just included in our yearly family albums. And so I am gonna go back to 2016 and 2019 to see any layouts that need to be scrapped. I know I have more completed with my youngest than I do my eldest. And usually people have it the other way around. Usually the eldest gets like all the recorded and all the photos right, but it's actually the opposite. It could be that I bought Laura's baby collection. It's one of my favorite baby collections that I've ever seen. And that really inspired me to create in the moment. And so I was documenting a lot of my youngest, whereas my eldest, I didn't quite love the baby collection I picked up. A lot of it was from Pebbles. And so I didn't create much. Obviously, collections inspire me to create. I'm hoping to go back to the year 2016 and finish documenting my daughter's baby season. Number 6 is to use my stash. That means before I buy a collection, go through my stash first. Find anything similar to whatever collection I'm looking at that I want to buy online. Find in my stash anything similar to that. Get that out first, then see what could be added to that stash. And then from the collection I'm looking at online, I'll buy that product. For instance, let's say there's a Valentine's one that I'm looking at. I'm gonna look through my Valentine stash first, and then I'll be like, oh, I don't have any puffies. Well, I like the puffies from the Echo Park Valentine's collection. I'll pick up the puffies from the Echo Park Valentine's collection that I'm looking at. I won't pick up the whole collection because I want to use my stash this year. I have downsized my collection stash, so I know that what I have right now, I like. I need to use it. So that means I'm gonna be making also some stash busting kit videos. That's gonna be fun, right? So yes, use my stash. And I really wanna put a dent on it this year. I want to stash bust some collections here. And number 7 is practice calligraphy. This is gonna be more shown on my Insta stories. If you want to follow me on how that's going on Instagram, petitmint_. How I'm achieving this goal to practice my calligraphy is every Monday night, my husband is on a discipleship Zoom call. And while he's on that call, my girls are already asleep. And so instead of watching TV, I bust out my calligraphy books and I just practice, and it's been going pretty well. So like for 3 weeks, 3 Mondays now, I have been practicing my handwriting, and it's been improving with just those 3 times that I've been practicing. So really liking that. My last year's goals, I did pretty well. I started projects. The only one that I failed at was this 35 mini album. I think it has to do with the fact that it's just all about me, so I don't feel that it's not that important as compared to family memories. But it is. It's just as important. And I know that because my mom has passed, and if she had an album kind of journalish about herself, that thing would probably be in a shadow box in one of our most treasured things. Anyways, those are my goals. Again, catch up on printing photos, make a paper gift for someone. Number 3, finish me mini album. Number 4, finish the Storyline Chapters Germany album. Number 5, complete baby layouts in yearly albums. Number 6, use my stash. Number 7, practice calligraphy. And so I'm already doing steps to accomplish these goals. So we're at a good start. Not like a whole lot of projects going on, just finishing the ones I started last year. Anyway, if you have any crafty goals, let me know in the comments below. Do you have any projects that you thought of, man, I really want to do that this year? That could be a crafty goal. Do you have anything you want to finish this year? That could be a crafty goal. You know, it could be 1, it could be 10 or more. It's up to you.